I did figure that part. Oh, we have brains. Oh, this one has its corpus callosum split. And for this one has 4 pawns for some reason. That one undulates and that one's just super tiny. We control human emotions by using neurotransmitters. That means that by manipulating the nerve transmitters inside the brain, it's possible to control the feelings and even personalities of humans. Yeah. That's not wrong. The brain is literally just a mix of chemical and electrical impulses. So if you alter the electrical impulses on a minutia amount in specifically the inner webbing of the brain, not like the organ part itself, but the neurons themselves that connect inside the brain, yeah, you could do that. Though the question is if you're going to damage the neurons or the myelin sheaths. And that's also part of why, like, because on the chemical end, you can overdo the chemical transmitters, right? And that's what would make a person, like, immune to, say, like, caffeine, right? If you have 1 coffee for breakfast every single morning, it's not going to have an impact on your brain anymore because your brain is used to receiving those chemical impulses. But the lack of coffee is going to make you feel way worse because your brain's used to getting those chemical impulses and they are suddenly not there anymore. So I imagine that if you were inputting direct electrical signals onto the electrical end of it, it is potentially possible that you could overdo the neuron in that specific way as well, but I don't have a degree in that. I'm just my minor was in psychology in college. I started off as a nursing student, and psychology was like the one section that I aced constantly, specifically biopsychology. So like this, out of all psychology, this was my wheelhouse. Everyone in psychology tends to like lean towards one of the houses to like be the first thing that they grab for, right? Some of them believe straight in humanitarianism. Others of them, like, you know, that we haven't reached our potential, that one of our basic needs isn't being met. Others of them will go straight for like cognitive, like, oh, you learned this way, or, you know, you subconsciously developed this way through trauma or something like that. But I started off more on the biopsychology side because it's the section that we actually know the least about, with psychology being a relatively new field. So I'm like, for all we know, like, their chemicals could be in such an imbalance or such a perfect balance that this creates everything, or the electrical impulses or any of that, in ways that we still can't fully measure. So anyway, sorry for my tangent, but I have this information and nothing else to do with it, so here you guys go. Fate uses the records of fate to connect directly to the brains of humans with whom they come into contact. Fate not only imprints what actions the humans should take into their brains, but also rewrites their personalities and feelings. That doesn't sit well with me, though, that you guys are doing that. I'm just gonna mention that outright. Memory scanning and imprinting is not that difficult of a thing. As a matter of fact, it is possible to stimulate the thoughts and feelings of each individual. Okay, you might be further ahead than where we are, but all of these are just electronic signals that flow around the circuitry of the brain, after all. That's true, and the chemical impulses do create an electrical impulse, so yes, but I'd like to believe that there's more at play than just the electrical impulses. At least they name the thing that lets them control people fate. Yeah, I appreciate that. It's a little on the nose, but I like it. Also, thank you for the stretch reminder and the hydrate reminder. Because, oh. Okay, yeah, I did need that. Really bad, actually. Oh. Yeah, I just used my big brain with all the thoughts in it, so I should probably just stretch and experience and move. Ugh. my hips a little too, because my hips hurt. Ugh. Appreciate you looking out for me. Especially because that was like a whole monologue I just straight up did. Ugh. Okay. That felt really good on my spine. But now I also really want to yawn. Ugh. Okay. Thankfully, the nice thing about this chair that I'm in is this is one of those... They have a rating for chairs, I guess, for like how long you should be able to sit in them comfortably before it starts causing you any like discomfort. And this thing's rated at like 10 hours. So even though I definitely do need to stretch, I'm not actually gonna be hurting myself in any way. The vessels of flesh can now be reproduced through cloning. Okay. Is that what's on all over here? That's supposed to be human skeletons? And the soul stored within these fleshy vessels can be stimulated as well. I mean, I guess where you're at in 2400, probably? Because right now, as it stands with humanity, we don't know anything about where memories in the brain are stored. Like, we have no actual knowledge. Zero. So, to us, we're like, yeah, it's just somewhere in this back half here, but we don't know where. And I would like to think within the next 100 years, we're going to start getting answers to that. But also at the same time, we are outlawing experimental research that harms people. So, like, let me explain, because this is about to sound bad. The reason that we have made as much progress as we have in psychology as quickly as we have is by doing things that would produce long-term damaging effects on the human brain and condition. So obviously the new scientific method is to make sure that we don't have any of those things. So our growth rate in terms of the research that we're doing is going to be slower, but the results are going to be better because it's not based on a stress-induced environment. So they're going to be more reliable. So I would like to think within the next 100 years or 200 years, we'll figure out at least a general idea of how memories are actually stored inside the brain, besides just the fact that our personality is all in our prefrontal cortex up here. Which, if you watch The Walking Dead, that's the part of your brain that dies first when you get bit by a zombie. So, you know, just throwing that out there. Thus, no one could even go so far as to say that death itself no longer exists. I guess. So what we're talking about is true human cloning. However, this comes at the cost of the destruction of the individual and the loss of variation. He's right. In which case, is there truly life if there is no death? Thank you. A very important empirical question that you need to be asking. Also, can I just say shout out to Square Enix, who made this game in like, what, 99? Or something like that, and they're very accurate on the scientific data that they're using in the sci-fi portion of their game instead of just winging it, so love them for that. Life forms on this planet developed from a single-cell microorganism called protozoans. True fact in our world. Then, from fish to amphibians, from reptiles to mammals, and then eventually to humans. Also accurate according to our world currently. Beginning with the cerebral neocortex. Neocortex. I've always just known of it as the cerebral cortex, which is like your brainstem. That's when you like look at a picture of a brain, right, you see how there's usually like a stick hanging off the bottom of the brain. That's connected immediately to a part called the brainstem. And the brainstem's responsible for all the things that you don't have to think about that you do on your daily life, like breathing, heartbeat, blood circulation, like those things that you don't ever have to consider or think about. That's where all of that information seems to be stored in the body, because when the brainstem gets damaged, guess what? Your heartbeat goes out. So, you know, food for thought. So beginning with the cerebral neocortex, which only exists in higher mammals. Okay, so that's a different one. Cerebral cortex. Corpus callosum. Sorry, I'm like thinking this through. The anthropod brain enlarged at an accelerating pace, which until it became a human brain that we know. Okay. Could the reason for the abnormal development of the human brain be the biological contamination caused by Lavos? In their world, it seems likely. Then it follows that humans are really a heterogeneous life form or foreign matter as far as the planet's concerned. I mean, that makes sense also because didn't you guys also say the humans like came back in time, wiped their memories, and then started reproducing? Humans are a sudden mutation caused by the contact with Lavos, an alien life form that fell to this planet from space. That is why humans are biologically speaking unbalanced and so incomplete. Internally inconsistent and disconnected, human existence is plagued by contradictions. That's true in our world too. An incomplete species torn between love and hatred, whose very beings is self-contradictory. Kind of, yeah. Yeah, because, I mean, haven't you ever thought about, like, when you want to... There's a scientific term for this. But when you want to, like, pet something that's absolutely adorable, and you, like, go too far with it. Like, you just pet it, but, like, you get you, like, clench your teeth a little bit, and you're like, oh, you're so cute! You know, like, you just go, like, really crazy with it. Like somebody's aunt who just, like, really has to pinch everybody's cheeks. To the point where it, like, actually physically hurts. Yeah, that. Thanks, I think. Anyway, this has been your lessons with me. Please double check your nearest psychology textbook. Thank you. I am also running on knowledge that could potentially be outdated too. From the time that I took courses. So, just gonna throw that out there. I don't trust you to not turn the room weird colors. We're gonna go for pillage out of you. Then we're gonna have Surge go ahead and do the heal. Yay, Dendrite. Always worth it. I'm just gonna do something light. Yeah, like a recover all. Thank you. I didn't realize that Fargo's health went all that much up. So it's just kind of a nice... Okay, it looks like it's struggling. So I think I'm just gonna let... Ooh. Just gonna defend with the other two. And just let Draggy make the call. Just because I'm sure this thing's about to die. Element. Is it worth doing another cover all? I have a heal. Oh, there we go. There's my basic cure. I was like, I want to just put a nice light cure on Fargo so that this way it's not too much for him. Perfect. And then you defend. Defend. And then you just keep basic attacking. I wanted to capture this guy. Just because I can. I don't even necessarily know if he's going to be good. I just wanted to catch things. So. There we go. Now he's dead. Well, everyone was prepared. Thank you. Thank you all for the healing. Hellbound. Oh, well, that wasn't necessarily worth it, but okay. Elements use. Do we have ointment? Perfect. Works for me. Okay. I don't remember if I went in on this or not. On this other side here. I think I did, but I told you my memory was not my strongest suit. Okay, yeah. This was the music DNA guy. So then we go up to 4. I wonder if I can get the rest of the items that are on the stairwell hanging out outside of 2 now. I think there was a door that I didn't go through. Okay. There should be a rainbow steel there. Shield. Steel? Shield? Shell. Shell. There. There we go. Got it. Okay. I went down to 2. I think I needed to be on 3. That was on me. Where is the door? Ugh. Did it go to the stairwell? Was it past this thing? Oh, it was. But the door is locked. Oh, the door is past the music guy. Got it. Thank you. Music DNA guy, here we come. Hope you haven't composed any more melodies while I was gone. Oh yeah, I'll be. There is a door. Rainbow shell. Perfect. Okay, before I go up to 4, we're going to go back down to 1 and we're going to save it. Because a lot happened here. And I don't want to lose out on that. Also, I have a huge collection of like rice and beans and corn downstairs I should probably do something with. But the desire that I have to do anything with it now just doesn't feel great. Like, I keep wanting to eat it, but my, like, palate just is never feeling it. It was good, though. It's pinto beans, jasmine rice that was cooked in vegetable broth instead of water, and corn that had a mix of, like, in its butter, right? It had a mix of... Oop. Dang it! I wanted to go back up and see if the stuff was there. Oh, I don't even want to deal with you. Yeah. It's fine. We'll just do something to knock them all out or something. But anyway, so it had like a mix of, in its butter, of garlic, cilantro, and lime juice. That was all like mixed together. Yeah, if you guys are gonna be like this, I'm just gonna run. I don't even care this badly. I just don't. You guys are just a pain to fight. Thank you. See, there wasn't even a point. I just want to see if the gate opened over here. Thank you. It probably didn't. I might have to go down from 4. Yeah, because that 3 is barred. So that's fine. I know this is going to summon another one of those things. I don't really care. I've just managed to run away before. Okay. So now we go to 4. Much easier this way. Bye, guys. As long as we're not fighting in the elevator, that's really all that matters to me. Okay. So we have 2 guards over there. Oof. Some tight maneuvers, I do have to say. What do we have here? Everyone, gather around. Let's see. In the 11th century, a scientist by the name of Luca, hey, Luca, indicated the possibility of time travel through the use of the time egg, which utilizes miniature black holes. You mean like this time egg? That one that we have as our stuff? You mean that time egg? Anyway, yeah. Whether it could actually be possible or not is still the subject of intense debate, and no conclusions have been made. I mean, we did use it. According to her theory, by rotating a singular point of supergravity, space-time continua can be drawn in, thus making it possible to transform that singular point, which pulls in everything else, into a ring formation. Using this ring as a gate between dimensions, it should be possible to travel back and forth between various space-times. The time eggs may have already existed during the reign of the ancient dynasty that we heard legends about. We shouldn't have to rely on theories from an ancient civilization that may not have ever even existed. Can we do this ourselves? We can do this ourselves. But the legends say they altered time using a time egg. That's just a legend. There isn't even any evidence to prove that this ancient dynasty ever existed. The experiment should be starting soon. After we discovered an unusual gravitational field in the barren sea of El Nido, we built artificial islands and established Chronopolis. This was all done to facilitate our top secret research. But now our research is about to come to its end. Once the final adjustments are made, the experiment will commence. It's just a matter of time, so everyone keep up their good work. The chief hasn't returned yet. He hasn't? Then we'll have to hold off until he gets back. Time is not absolute, but elastic. It is both relative and subjective. Individual differences emerge as time changes. Perhaps people, all of life forms, exist in their own separate strands of time. Is time independent? Marching to the beat of its own drum? Puh, ridiculous. I don't know, I kind of agree with the sentiments. I like that we can just make the wormholes go on. The lost ancient magic civilization of Zeal. If it really did exist, someone may have even traveled through time to this period. Okay, well, we did. I remember us doing that. We may appear to be a military research center, but the actual subject of our research is time itself. I just want to make sure that nothing else is being said. This institution was established under the utmost secrecy by the central government. Nothing else to say on that. Okay. We're conducting a simulation of phase shifting. Okay. I mean, all well and good theories. That's for sure. I can't believe I dodged that guy. And then we just go back downstairs. We get the thing in the chest. Got Magnify. The chief said he was going out for a walk. Probably by the docks somewhere, gazing out to the sea. Oh, that chief. I remember now. Fine, I'm just gonna finish killing you so that this way I can just move on. Thank you. Ow. It's fine. Keep it going. I'm just gonna do one good hit. And now that Surge is back, we're just gonna use an element to just kill everything. Single enemy. High density of explosions. Here we go. It's not going to do a lot against them as a whole, but I just want this over. That's just my kind of feeling. I just want this over. This fight. Not the stream. I'm having fun with the stream. Just the fight needs to stop. Fargo, your turn. Seem to be doing decent damage anymore. Much better. There we go. So yeah, he's on the docks, probably staring off at the sea. Well, at least I gotta recover all with that. Anyway, you were saying about him? Okay, that was it. Never mind. Okay. I need to see what else is on this floor. You annoy me. I'm not even gonna fight you. Walking right into me just as I run up the stairs. Don't even give me time to get out of the way. None of that. Okay. Thank you. I don't think I'll be able to go into the other door, but just want to make sure. You guys get away. Experiment will begin soon. Please withdraw to your designated positions. We will do the same in case of an emergency. Can these two, like literally, I don't know why they both followed me over here. I genuinely don't. I'm killing them. Because I'm tired of this. I'm just tired of this at this point. Let's just let Surge build back up. Ugh. Thank you. Okay. Draggy, well, Draggy's done, so Fargo, yeah. Alright, Surge, just finish him off. I know you, just finish him off. There we go. Much better. Much, much better. Okay. Only personnel registered as Arbiter may enter. I'm gonna have to fight everything on this frickin' floor, aren't I? I just really don't want to. Like, I don't know why they had to be all up in my grill. I really don't. There we go. Just finish it off the best that we can. Guess we'll just get, like, enough for a basic attack up. For no other reason than because I can. There we go, nice little fireball. Ow. Well, at least it stacks up on money for me. Yeah, that's true. Especially because I have the Profiteer's Purse on Fargo. So that is a good thing. One less thing I have to worry about. Yeah, I'm getting almost 2 grand per one of these fights, so, I mean... Are you gonna come over here and fight me too? I was full on prepared for that. In case of an emergency, okay. So, and then only people known as the Arbiter may enter. Okay. So let's go back to floor 1, we're gonna save it.